91.3 WVKR Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. Nothing Lasts by Anya Marina. Let me formally introduce today's guest here while we're getting started here. First of all, you are tuned into LocalMotion on 91.3 WVKR Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. We broadcast live from the beautiful campus here at Vassar College most each and every Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m. And I am your host, Rita Ryan. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel under LocalMotion on 91.3, as well as the Facebook page by the same name. So with that, let's start off by saying that Anya Marina is a singer-songwriter. Her songs have been featured on several television shows, including Grey's Anatomy, How I Met Your Mother, The Real World, Gossip Girl, The Vampire Diaries, and her songs have also been featured on the soundtrack of Twilight, New Moon, and 13 Reasons Why Season 2. Anya wrote the theme song for the Nikki Glazer podcast and frequently collaborates with her indie rocker husband's band, Matt Pond, PA. She had an award-winning web series, Anya Marina, Independent Woman, has recorded 7 albums, 3 EPs, and has toured with artists such as Jason Mraz, Spoon, Nikki Glazer, and most recently, Rachel Yamagata. And with that, a warm welcome to LocalMotion as a first-time guest, first of many to come, I am sure, Anya. Thank you for being here. Oh, absolutely. I always love when people actually take the time to come into the station. So I'm glad we had the bad weather yesterday so that you could be here today.
Same here.
Yeah.
I got here in a jiffy.
Yeah.
It's so nice to be part of the community because for years I was on the road and I had moved to Kingston during the pandemic. I was living in the city and then I immediately went on tour and I was on the road for like 5 years straight.
And now you're just getting into the community.
Yeah. Now I'm like, oh, who is my local like post office clerk? You know, I'm meeting people around town. I'm making some friends. And so it's so nice to be here at Vassar with you.
And it's lovely to have you. It really is. So I will tell listeners that I met you because I saw you perform. I think I can even remember the date because it goes down in history in my mind, October 7th of this year at a Fairfield Theater Company, because it was the opening night of Rachel Yamagata's tour. And my daughter was part of that.
Are you going to cry?
I think so.
Oh, my God. Let's get her to cry.
No.
I want you to cry. Damn it.
Oh, my God. She's killing me. It was just a night I'll never forget. And you were there and you opened up for this band and you had the audience completely captivated, including myself and my family members that I went with. Everybody's like, oh my God, who's this woman? Everybody started following you and Spotifying and getting your albums and all this other stuff. And it was just like, it was lovely because I didn't even know there was an opener, and there you were. And it was just, you really did captivate the audience.
Oh,
and
thanks.
I loved your storytelling, your music, your voice, all of it. So when I found out that you're actually living in Kingston, New York, and of course this show is based all about music of the Hudson Valley, I'm like, oh my God, I need to get her on. So I think Caroline and I cahooted, and I'm like, what's her email? Have her call me. Have her do something, So here you are.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
Just a
to be
few
here.
months
That was
later.
a special night. That really was.
Yeah.
We were all kind of nervous, and that was, the first time I hopped in the van with Rachel and her band, and it was a really cool evening.
Yeah.
It's always interesting to open for people because it's pretty, I want to say, easy in the sense that you don't have the pressure of having to sell tickets. So it's sort of a luxury, I always say.
Right.
It's kind of my favorite gig to open, even though headlining is fun and you can play longer and all of that. But I have never found that, my audiences have commingled as well. I don't know if that's exactly the right word, as they ever have with any other artist. And I've opened for a lot of people as with Rachel's. I feel like our audiences are kind of the same, and we like each other's music, and her listeners tend to like mine. So it felt like magic in a way, and it set the stage for what would be, I think, 11 more tour dates or something like that, but a few weeks of tour dates that I did with Rachel around East Coast Chicago and then West Coast.
And then you did the West Coast too.
Yeah, it was really special. Such a beautiful run.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful combination. There's just the two of you together. The music, like you said, it just flowed, and it just felt very natural for you to be opening. So I'm glad, because now I'm gotten used to your music, learning more about your music, and having you here today. So it's beautiful. So I want to go back and do This Is Your Life, Anya.
Okay.
So you're from California, born there. Your parents, university professors.
Mm-hmm.
So not really music, or did they listen to a lot of music, or where did music come in?
It's funny, they didn't tell me stuff until later. Like, I always knew my dad's side of the family was into music. The legend has it my grandfather on my dad's side auditioned for the Benny Goodman Orchestra, got in, then they found out he couldn't read music and they kicked him out.
Good that he got in, though. At least you could say that. Wow.
My grandmother was always a musician, was a pianist in high schools in Michigan, played at the local jail, was like a pianist for her entire life. At the age of 99, when she finally passed away, that week she had 3 gigs.
What?
She was always in big bands or trad jazz bands, and she was a really special lady. Total rheumatoid arthritis, crooked fingers, could play flawlessly, like just an amazing player.
And that's what got her to live till 99.
Probably, yeah. I think that and worry kept her alive. My dad plays trumpet and piano, so his whole side of the family is very musical. And then I always thought my mom's side was not at all involved in music, and she's Russian, grew up in Russia, in Kazakhstan actually, and I was a radio DJ, and then I became a musician. And then, when I was 25, my mom goes, your grandmother was an announcer on the radio in Russia, and your great-grandfather was a composer. So I guess...
Wow, so it does run in your blood.
Yeah.
Do you speak any Russian?
Да, я говорю по-русски.
Yeah.
Немножко. А вы? Do you?
No, I speak German.
Okay, well... But we could have a conversation together that makes no sense.
That makes 0 sense. A few people probably out there could understand us, but we couldn't understand each other.
Well, if you were Russian, your nickname would be Ritachka, Ritensia, Ritian, something like that. Because Russians, they give each other many, many nicknames. So I'm Anya, Anichka, Anka, Anyuta, Anyutachka, Nyusha. It just goes on and on.
Wow, never ending.
Yeah, my mom's name is Margarita, and so everyone calls her Rita, Ritachka, Ritensia. Yeah, it could go on and on.
I love that. That's really great that you know the language. That's a tough language.
It is. I mean,
do you know how to read and write it?
Barely.
Okay.
My mom spoke Russian to me first, and my parents have a weird origin story.
So your mom was a professor of Russian literature.
Initially, yeah, but then that was sort of short-lived at UC Santa Cruz, and then she transitioned into, bizarrely, teaching math. My mom was a physicist, had a degree in physics, and then also a degree in Russian lit, and so I don't understand how both hemispheres of the brain can work well. I did not inherit the math talent.
Wow. Yeah, wow, that's pretty impressive. And your dad was also a professor.
He was a professor in the counseling psychology department at Santa Clara University, and they're both retired now. They're both still alive and kicking. And yeah, he's not a therapist, but taught psychology.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I say with a raised eyebrow.
I love that. So you also have a sibling?
I do. Yeah. My sister Maya. She's a radio podcast producer, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
She and my father are actually working on a really cool project right now called The Foil, and you should follow them immediately on Instagram. It's called The Foil Pod. If you're interested in UFOs, etc., it's about a foil related to the Roswell crash. And my sister's a very left-brained factual journalist, and my dad is sort of slightly out there. And so it's a meeting of the minds, or it's an interesting podcast about her trying to get to the bottom of this mystery, which is my dad believes he came into contact with this foil years and years ago when he was a very young, I think 5th grade teacher in Michigan.
Wow.
And so it's going to be huge. it got picked up by, I don't know if I can even say the company it got picked,
Sure.
but it'll be big, and I won't
You
say the
can.
company.
If you don't
Well,
want
I
to,
don't
you
know
can.
if she'll let me,
She'll-
but
right.
follow the Foil Pod on Instagram, and
On
it's coming out in
Instagram.
June, and I'm so excited.
Wow, that's really, really cool.
And my dad's very fun to listen to. He's very charismatic and
I'm
quirky.
sure you're going to be a guest at some point or join them a little bit.
I
and
shan't, but I can't wait to listen to it. And their audio of them they go on these road trips together, like searching for these people that they're trying to sort of piece this puzzle together. And just listening to the audio of them kind of arguing in the car is my favorite thing in the
Oh
world.
my God, it must be. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's wonderful. Wow. Well, you've got a lot to talk about over holidays, that's for sure. Wow. So you, as a youngster, you weren't into music. You were into ice skating.
I was into ice skating and plays and acting, and I wanted to be on Saturday Night Live, and I kind of wasn't sure of what to do. And yeah, ice skating actually, when I was making the video for the song We Just Heard, Nothing Lasts, my husband said, well, you should learn to ice skate again. Do you think you could skate? And I said, oh, I haven't skated in years, since I was a kid.
But it's like riding a bike, I would guess.
Kind of. The weird thing, I mean, it was like 30 years ago was the last time I ice skated. And then I ended up buying these skates and going to the rink in Saugerties. And then weirdly, I was petrified because, like, you know, after 35, if you fall, like, you're
you
going
might
to
break something really, like, yeah, and it doesn't heal as well.
No. And I can't afford to, like, hurt my wrist. I need to be on tour playing guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So, but weirdly, like, all of these things came back to me. And, actually, Rachel Yamagata the other day was like, wait a second, you ice skate? I just saw your video for Nothing Lasts. And I said, yeah, we should go together. So we're going to go ice skating together at some point.
I love that. I think she posted something about her making a rink down her driveway or something like that. She had this really cool video of this woman ice skating through the woods, and she's just like, hey, let's do this. You know, I mean, what a great idea.
Wouldn't that be magical?
Yeah, that would be magical.
I've got my skates.
You have ice rink in Saugerties. There's also one here in Poughkeepsie.
Oh, yeah?
At the Civic Center. So you have more than one option.
Okay,
So,
good. I need to do it.
And if you go to Poughkeepsie, I'll film both of you because I would love to see both of you. I'm not going to ice skate with you, but I would wholeheartedly be in the audience to watch you.
It's a really good workout, I learned.
Bet.
I also realized when I was learning again, this is such a strange sport to get your child into. Like, I ice skated from 7 until 13.
Because you asked for it, or did your mom just say, hey, you want to try? Your parents just
I
say?
can't remember. I'm sure I tried ballet and I did that for a while. And then I think I just tried it and really liked it. But I did it for many years quite seriously. I got injured later, and there was a whole drama about, like, almost losing my leg, which
Wow.
I didn't, thank God. But yeah, I was thinking when I was skating again, like, this is such a weird solitary sport. You're all alone,
Mhm.
you're cold, all you hear is your breath. So you're just like for hours. Just like, and I was thinking, like, this is very in line with who I was as a child, because I was an only child until my sister was born at 7 years old. And I grew up in the mountains. My parents chose to buy this house way in the boondocks, way far away. Like, there was no sidewalks. It was like a crazy windy
No
road.
neighbors.
No neighbors.
Where was school? Where was
I went to a one-room schoolhouse with 30 children.
Get out.
K through 6.
This is like Little House on the Prairie, or like 150 years ago.
It was. And
Whoa.
And so it makes sense that I turned out to be like an ice skater, like I'm very much an introvert. Like, I like to be alone. I need all this alone time. So
But
when
yet you're a performer.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what INFP or whatever that
Mhm.
thing is.
Mhm.
But I like
I
to
understand
perform,
that.
but I need a lot of, like, I don't get recharged with other people. Or very rarely do I. I mostly get recharged in solitude.
Mhm.
And that's how I write too.
Mhm. Mhm.
Sometimes I co-write, which is fun.
Which is fun. When did, like, were you in the band in school? When did music? Nothing. No, not until
I was
after.
in choir every year
Okay.
in high school, and I loved singing.
Okay. And
But-
what about guitar and songwriting? When did both of those come into play?
It's funny because my dad told me when I was young, you should get somebody with, like, a really strong voice like Jewel to sing your songs. Like, when I started writing. someone with a good voice.
Oh, gee, thanks, Dad.
Yeah. So there was that to contend with, but everyone needs a little edge. And I think I got a guitar. I borrowed a boyfriend's guitar or something, and I learned 3 chords, and then it was like the world kind of exploded, and I thought, oh, you can write songs with just 3 chords? This is pretty cool. And then I heard Liz Phair's Exile in Guyville, and there was something about the way she was singing, and kind of like in a speaking voice, that really hit me, because I was never drawn to like big voices or like powerhouse voices. I was like, that's cool, but I always knew that wasn't really what resonated with me. So there was something about the honesty of Liz Phair's voice and Julianne Hatfield and like people that maybe had less typical voices that I liked, and something about her confessional lyrics really hit me, and I thought, oh, I could process my feelings in this way and say these things that I've never heard anyone say before. And I think I fell into music that way. And then somebody heard a cassette tape that I had done with, just making a secret song, and they said, we heard you sing, we want you to sing for our band. So I was in this band in the Bay Area for a while called Andalusia, and they were sort of slow divey.
At what age?
Like 21 to 23. And then I got a job on the radio.
I love that.
And I moved away. And I think the band was like, what?
So you moved from California to?
I moved from Northern California to Southern. I moved from Cupertino to San Diego, where I got my first real gig at a commercial radio station. I became a DJ down there and ended up doing radio for 10 years.
And what did you play, or was it like conversation focused?
It was an alternative rock station.
Okay.
So they were very big in the late 90s, early aughts. Yeah. I remember there was like a Rolling Stone article about this station where the program director, Mike Halloran, would have Thurston Moore from Sonic Youth come in, take over the radio station, play
fun.
Whatever he wanted. And I thought, I want to work at a place like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I sent him my demo tape, and I got an interview, and I drove down there, and I got the job, and I started working overnights. I think I was making $8 an hour.
Yeah.
For 6 hours, 4 hours, something like that. And then we all got laid off 2 weeks later. After I had moved to San Diego, we got bought out by, I think, what is now Clear Channel, but at the time was probably J-Core, they were called. Which I think turned into Live Nation. Anyway, I had a very long radio career, which I was blessed with, and I followed Mike Halloran around for many years, and we had a lot of fun together. And just being here in a radio station with CDs on the wall and vinyl, it just like fills my heart with nostalgia and warmth.
And it's the real deal, like some of these stations. Sometimes you go into commercial stations nowadays, you don't see a CD, and you don't see turntables, and you don't see, everything's like computer, So it just kind of feels authentic here. So that's one reason I love WVKR and all the freedom that it affords us to play here, which is so cool, because that's the other thing with radio nowadays. It's changed so much when corporate owned and all of that. So it's nice to get independent radio stations, and I'm so proud to say it's all I listen to. Like, I love WWOZ out of New Orleans. Oh my God. Like, every night making dinner, my daughter will tell you this is what we listen to.
Oh, I love that.
WBGO, great jazz station down in Newark, KCR out of Columbia. There's just really good, authentic, still radio stations out there with live DJs.
I do feel this trend, or maybe it's wishful thinking, where especially younger people, they're more interested in the ways of the past, like analog stuff, vinyl, cassettes, etc. And I feel like younger people are moving away from social media so much, or all the kind of fast-paced digital stuff that we've all been kind of rushing toward.
Right.
Again, it might be wishful thinking, but I'm just noticing that, like, I'm hearing more and more peers, friends, strangers online even talking about getting off Instagram, or, moving toward a different platform or mode of expression. So maybe there will be more independent radio stations.
I hope so. Or that people even listen to them, because it's one thing, and I just don't do downloads. I don't do Spotify, Apple, any of those. I don't even know how. I don't have that. And it's just like, I don't know. And I'm sure I'm missing a lot. Okay. I do understand that, like people will say, well, yeah. And I don't argue with that, but I like my bubble.
I like my bubble too. I support you.
Yeah. Yeah, just like what I hear is on the radio, or or I have guests and I'm listening to different music, or whatever. I don't know. We all get music our own way. I think it's just important that we get music and that we listen to it and that we go see live music and support. I mean, we're talking about the area here in the Hudson Valley. With every night of the week, within a half hour of where you live, you can go see world-class music.
It's crazy. We just went, my husband and I went to the Ramble the other night. Thank you, Mindy, for inviting us.
Oh, Mindy Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we got to see Donald Fagen play piano and organ. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And we got to see all these amazing musicians, and it was just so fun. Because you sit around at home and you're like, do we really want to go out?
Right, especially when it gets to be winter and cold and all of that. But
and then I was like, let's just challenge ourselves and do it. Like I'm totally guilty of not going out to see music completely. I'm, which I shouldn't be because I'm a musician on tour and I rely on people to leave their homes.
Yes, yeah.
But it is so fun. It can be so connecting and
it can be
inspiring.
And it's the one place where I feel us as humans in this crazy world, we're together, we're united, we're not divided. And we all go in there, we all walk out smiling. And we all walk out talking to each other because we all just made the same connection.
Yes.
So it's the music that really does unite us. And when you're seeing it live, you're feeding off that energy. You're a performer. I don't have to tell you this, but you feed off each other's energy, right? And it's just, I don't know. It's my weekly therapy session.
Oh, I love that.
I just love it. I was at the Ramble a month or two ago. Lela and Brian Mitchell invited me, and I was lucky enough to literally sit from me to you away from Fagen. And I was just like, and I've seen him numerous times, but still every time, like, he's an American icon. Okay, let's get real here with Steely Dan. So at that point, you can't anymore. Don't do this if you're listening. At that point, I still could take a video. So I just took like a 30-second because I didn't want to get in his face with it, So like it just 30 seconds. Hundreds of thousands of views. I've never had anything that I've posted that has gone viral. This is it's still being like, still every day I'm getting comments on this thing.
See, that's heartening because I was there and I was trying to play it cool and I was looking around and I was like, why is nobody boring holes into Donald Fagen's skull the way I am? I am just staring at him and like, because I'm just like, I can't believe
he's right there.
He's right there, like 10 feet away from me.
Yeah.
And but I don't know if everybody was playing it cool or they just we're
right. No, it's just an amazing thing. I want to keep talking about you because your music here. You've also recorded like 7 albums. Talk to me about your first one.
My first one was Miss Halfway. I recorded that in San Diego with a bunch of friends. I had just gone through a bad breakup and was quite depressed and was like lying around in bed and didn't know what I was doing with my life and just felt kind of lost. And then I just had this epiphany one day in bed and I thought it was a Pixies lyric that was in my head from the song Mr. Greaves. You can cry, you can mope, but can you swing from a good rope? Oh, I believe in Mr. Greaves. Something about that line got me out of bed because it was like, the way I interpreted it was like, you can cry and you can sit around or you can do something. And I started a record label called Good Rope from that line. And then I thought, just start a record label, just open a P.O. box, start a label. And why don't you finish that album that you started? I had recorded a couple songs with some friends. And that really helped me get over that depression. Mm-hmm. And I just did it with a bunch of friends. They did it for nothing, just out of the kindness of their hearts, these incredible musicians in San Diego. And then I sent it around. And then I found out my song, Miss Halfway, was going to close out an episode of Grey's Anatomy.
Come on.
Which was my dream.
How did you find that out? Did they, somebody called you?
Somebody called me. I thought it was a joke. I thought a friend was playing a prank on me. And I think I swore at them.
Oh, my God.
And then I found out, oh, no, it's actually somebody from the office of Chop Shop Music. They were the music supervisors. And then I quickly said, like, okay,
oh my
wait.
gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. And I tuned in, and it was incredible to see a song of mine, first of all, played so loudly over this scene in this TV show. That was the first TV show that was ever playing music loudly. Music was always a very
what season
background.
of Grey's Anatomy? Do you
Season 2, episode 2. Meredith is in the elevator with McDreamy, and she finally gets the guts up to tell him she misses him, which we've all been waiting for a season and a half.
And that's your music.
And that's my song. And then a bunch of people die in
Right.
the emergency room with my song playing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Monumental.
I know.
Monumental. Wow.
But yeah, that was kind of groundbreaking. And then I realized maybe I could do this for a living. And at that point, I was kind of tiring of radio. And I was, we would show up every day and they'd just hand you a playlist. So it wasn't like this great station. But I had the bug. I wanted to go on tour. I wanted to play. I wanted to perform. And I was like moonlighting. I was doing shows on the weekends or whenever I could. I would use all my vacation time to go on tour, which was only 2 weeks a year.
What were you doing?
I would just go on little tours.
No, what were you doing as far as job?
I was on the radio.
Oh, that was your job to
Yeah.
take the vacation from the break. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Tell me about your college roommate.
My college roommate?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No?
My roommate.
The roommate.
My
Not college roommate.
Not college. That was just like 13 years ago.
Oh.
The comedian?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were roommates.
Wow. So
I-
you guys just met and became friends and were roommates. And
That's fast forward a few years. That was 2012. I was on tour in New York City. I wanted to do a show with music and comedy. This is like I got signed after Grey's Anatomy. I got signed by that company, Chop Shop, that put me in the
Yay.
show. Yeah, I put out an album. It was a little subsidiary indie label under Atlantic. And all of a sudden I could quit my day job and I'm like,
Dream
doing
come
it.
true.
Yeah, it was really fun. And I was opening up for Jason Mraz and these big venues. He was a friend from San Diego. But, it was all very exciting and things are happening fast. And then, like much like everything, it came to an end a few years later. I had moved to Portland at that point.
Oregon.
Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
Yes. I had made a couple more albums there. I had bought a little house and I was kind of getting settled. But I was on a tour stop in New York City, and I always had loved New York. And I think Amy Schumer was a fan of my music, and somehow she had reached out to me to come to a show. And then I said, hey, incidentally, I'm trying to put together a night of music and comedy. Do you want to do a set at my show at Joe's Pub upcoming? And she said, I'd love to. I can't, but you should really, reach out to Nikki Glazer. And I don't know, then we connected and we became friends. Nikki played the show. I had a bunch of comedians on, Todd Barry, Bridie Elliott, I think, or Abby Elliott. Anyway, it was a really fun night. And yeah, I got convinced to move to New York City. And within a month, I was
Sold
living.
your house.
Rented my house.
Rented your house.
Yeah.
Smart.
And got a little apartment and lived there for 8 years and absolutely loved my little apartment in Chelsea. And yeah, ended up opening for Nikki for 5 years or something like that in theaters across the U.S.
And producing like a podcast for her too? Or?
I was on her podcast. I was on her radio show. She had a show.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we did a bunch of stuff together and toured Europe. We played in Tel Aviv.
Wow.
Yeah, we did a lot of shows together.
Wow.
It was fun.
You journal?
I do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just started again. Why?
No, because I always think because you're having an exciting career and you're going to lots of different places and experiencing lots of the different things. And I always just kind of wonder if people sometimes like that have a journal and do a journal just so you can remember some stuff.
I should, because I love Sedaris and reading all his work, and he journals every single day, even if it's just, something kind of simple. And I've read his diaries, and I think it's so valuable. I don't journal like that. I wish I did.
Mm-hmm.
I've been subscribing to Juliana Hatfield's Substack,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll publish these things from the road. She'll publish like memoir type chapters, and I'm like, she must be keeping notes. I don't have a great memory like that, and I wish that I kept.
Well,
better
you know,
notes.
New Year's is coming up.
Okay,
There's
we go.
resolutions, you know, that you can make for 3 days and just forget about. But
I'm gonna resolve to keep a journal and to have dinner parties. Talking about
that's
going
a really
analog.
nice, yeah.
And like forcing myself out of my comfort zone.
Yes.
I think I used to do dinner parties a lot in Portland because I had a house and a fireplace, and I don't know why I stopped.
Mhm.
I think living in New York City, nobody has dinner parties. Everybody's like, I'm living in a studio apartment.
Right. There's
I'll
no
meet you
room
at a
for
restaurant.
Right. There's no room. But now that's a great idea. That's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing to do. And then you also so TV shows, your music started going through there, but then also soundtrack of the Twilight Saga.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I was on tour, I got a call from the director of Twilight New Moon. I think he had heard my TI cover, Whatever You Like, it was called.
At a show or something? Is that?
I think it was on, it kind of got big. It was on an episode of Gossip Girl, and maybe he knew someone at my label. But anyway, he liked the sound of my cover, and he asked if I would write a song for Twilight.
Wow.
So and I had not read Twilight, which I was embarrassed about and hiding.
That's okay.
And he brought me in. I did not have long to write this song and turn it in. I had like 72 hours. So he brought me in to see an early cut of the film. And I remember I showed up to this place in LA, and like the singer from Muse was walking out, and like Saint Vincent or somebody was walking in. Like he had all these big artists coming in to see the film. And I heard that there were 2 spots for my potential song, or there were like 2 or 3 openings in the film. And he showed me, he's like, either this scene or this scene. Anyway, I really wanted this one scene. Anyway, Licky Lee ended up getting her song in that scene. It's a great use. It's perfect. I got a decent scene, but it's like, you can barely hear my song.
Aw.
But it's
But
fine.
it's there.
It's on the soundtrack. It was so iconic. It was a huge moment in my career. I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
But you have to turn the volume way up.
Way up. That's okay. And what was the name of that song?
That's called Satellite Heart.
Satellite Heart. Satellite.
On
We
the
should play
Twilight
that.
New Moon soundtrack.
Why don't we play that now and take
Let's
a
do it.
2-minute breather? Oh no, 3-minute and 40-second breather,
Okay.
because I know that's what it is. But how exciting is that? Wow, that's really cool. Satellite Heart. Let's take a listen right here, right now on 91.3 WVKR.
So pretty, so smart, such a waste of a young heart. What a pity, what a sham. What's the matter with you, man? Don't you see it's wrong? Can't you get it right? Out of mind and out of sight. Call on all your girls, don't forget the boys. Put a lid on all that noise. I'm a satellite heart, lost in the dark. I'm spun out so far. You start by start, but I'll be true to you. I hear you're living out of state, running bastard, but I'll be true to you. I'm a satellite heart, lost in the dark. I'm spun out so far, used that bastard, but I'll be true to you. No matter what you do, yeah, I'll be true to you.
.3 WVKR. Whew, that was really pretty. Satellite Heart by today's guest, Anya Marina, and that was on the soundtrack Twilight New Moon. That's pretty impressive there, Anya.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm impressed.
So you should be. You should be when you look back and see everything that you're doing and that you've done. You also recently played. You were on tour, and you also played a show at the Falcon recently, beginning of November, I think.
Yes, I think it was the night
before my benefit.
your big show. Congratulations
Thank
to you on
you.
that, by
Thank
the way.
you. Yeah, that was awesome.
I heard it was amazing.
It
The pictures
really-
were great.
Yeah, it really was a special night. So thank you. That was really cool. So tell me about the music that you're performing with your husband and Matt Pond. Tell us about that collaboration and your music, because I played one of your songs, The World at Large. Is that the one?
Yes, thank you. That was
Yes.
the Modest Mouse cover.
Yes. And then I also played the Are You Talking to Me with you and your hubby, because the great videos that accompany your songs,
Thank
you know,
you.
and just like, I was like, oh my God. So I played that the last show just to like introduce listeners to the fact that you were my guest on this show. So talk to me about your musical collaboration with your husband.
Those videos are actually directed by the same person who directed the Satellite Heart video, Scott Coffey. He's such an amazing film director. He did this movie, Ellie Parker, years ago with Naomi Watts, and I saw it. And years later, he did my very first music video ever, and he's become a really good friend. But I love how he directed me and Matt in Are You Talking to Me? He said, what if you guys were tied up with a big rope and you walked around New York City and Central Park? And we were like, okay, let's do it.
Sure. If that's your vision, I'm up for it.
We were rolling around the mud in Central Park, and we got some battle scars, but it was so much fun. And the final shot is an accident, and it's such a cool shot. So check out the video for Are You Talking to Me? It's just one of those things that's like only in New York could this happen, perfectly timed with the camera and the angle and everything. Yeah, Matt is an amazing songwriter and musician. I actually played his music on the radio when I was a DJ in San Diego.
Love that.
We used to play this song called Lily 2, and I loved it so much. It was one of the only songs I would play at work because it was on my playlist, and then I would go home and play it over and over, and I was like, what is this? I love this song. I love this band. And then years later, I was in Bearsville, and a DJ there gave me a bunch of CDs, and she was like, this is a local artist. And I said, wait, I know this artist.
Oh my God, come
Yeah,
on.
Yeah. So I was always a distant fan of his. And then we met through mutual friends later, and we collaborated. And I wrote a song with him called Broken Bottles that I put out on before this album. It's called Queen of the Night. It came out on that one. And then, in dating, and then we got married a couple years ago, we decided let's try to collaborate. Let's see if we can do this. And I'll tell you what, it's hard.
I bet.
It's really hard.
I bet.
But we're learning.
Right. But this is really great. And you're coming out with an album.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
He said it, and I don't know why he said it, but he said we're doing that, so I guess we're doing it. We have a bunch of songs recorded.
I love that.
I guess I'm the more reluctant person.
Are you guys recording this locally or just on your own, like
yes,
at home?
We're recording it, all of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah, we have recorded with a couple different producers. We've recorded at home. Chris Hansen is a great friend and collaborator of Matt's. He's in Matt Pond, PA, so he's been helping out a lot. Kevin Salem, we recorded a song or 2 or 3 with Kevin. We've recorded things piecemeal. We recorded with John Notar. So we've done a lot.
Yeah,
and
have.
It's been fun. But I think we've released 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe songs so far together, if not more. But we have a bunch in the can. We're just sort of, it's difficult. We're 2 headstrong people. I don't know how Dean and Britta do it, or Sonny and Cher. We know how that worked out.
Right.
So yeah, I'm constantly like, let's keep the marriage together.
Right. And yeah. But you guys, so this album, will you tour in support of this album?
I don't know, Rita.
Right.
I think we should. I think if I was our manager and I wasn't in this brain or body, I'd say, get it together, guys, and just make it happen.
Right.
And do it.
Go on a tour.
Because these songs are great.
Yeah.
And it would be so fun and so easy.
And people want to hear them because you're both great singer-songwriters. So
right now, we just went on a tour together. He headlined and I was main support. And, we sang one song together, I think, but we still haven't fully gone into our collaboration together, but that's coming 2026. Maybe that's resolution number 3.
There you go. You are going on tour. Speaking of tours, anybody that's listening from your original neck of the woods, California, you'll be in California. Man, you don't mess around, huh? 5 days in a row.
And a secret show in San Diego, I want to say.
Oh, man.
Join my mailing list if you want to know and you're in San Diego, because it's such an insane show. I wish I could tell you, but it's going to be crazy.
Wow.
So
this is AnyaMarina.com, by the way. And I always suggest follow on socials and all that stuff. It's great, but I think sometimes we miss stuff because we follow so many things that things fall through the cracks. So mailing lists is always a really good way to keep up. You also have a Patreon page, so people can join that and support too. And
that's a great place. That's where I kind of do all the behind the scenes stuff, and people know way more information there. I try to keep that something special to offer people a look behind. They're really let in on the process that way, and Patreon is such a great resource for if you're looking for a way to support a musician. I guess I'll just speak for myself because I don't know how other people feel about it. But, yeah, it really helps so much.
Yeah. And it's a great way to support independent musicians and just, a lot of people have Patreon pages, and it's always good to just, if you're really liking an artist and connecting to one, go into their website, peruse it a little bit, check it out, get on that mailing list. And California, here you come. January 14th, you will be in Menlo Park.
Yeah, I'm opening for my good friend Eric Hutchinson, who's so fun and has such a lively, great show. He and I have collaborated. We've written a couple songs together. He produced a live album of mine and a couple songs off my album, Paper Plane. He's great. He's so amazing. So I can't wait to play these beach towns in California in January. So if you're on the West Coast and somehow listening, come out.
Or if you're not and you want to take a little trip out of the cold, wet weather here, that's a great place to go. Then Morro Bay, you'll be in Santa Barbara, say it for me, Escondido. And also Seal Beach. Where's Seal Beach?
I don't know.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
It's somewhere between San Diego and LA, I think.
Okay. Seal Beach.
We
and
wanted
the
to
Secret
play
show is
Strange
before
Towns.
or after?
The Secret Show is after.
After.
It is January 19th.
Oh,
and if you're in the San Diego area, get on my mailing list or join my Patreon. I'll give you a heads up beforehand, but you will be very happy.
Oh, my gosh.
That you got the scoop on that. And the tickets will be cheap. They will be, I think, $20.
Wow.
But it's a very crazy it's going to be nuts.
Wow, that's great.
I keep saying it's going to be crazy. It sounds like there's going to be fire and nudity, but it's not that kind of crazy.
Not that kind of crazy, but just crazy good.
Yeah,
like you're going to want to be there and not miss that. So, yeah, AnyaMarina.com.
I want to remind you all, this is a paid broadcast. You have to.
It is. No.
$14.99 a week. You have
definitely
to tune
not.
in.
Definitely not on college radio, folks. Definitely not. But
This station has sold out.
can you imagine? Oh my gosh, that would never. I will never say never. Never say
We
never.
take Bitcoin.
Yeah. Crypto, come on, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're open. Make us an offer. So only kidding.
Kidding. Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. So I'm going to play one more song. And is there anything else? I mean, you always seem to be writing. You always seem to like have your creativity moving along from what I'm learning about you. So you've got a new album coming out with your husband. You're doing any solo work as well as far as writing a new album?
Speaking of radio, I have been really motivated to cover songs from my radio days.
Love it.
Maybe I'll call it Radio Days. I just covered Modest Mouse. I covered Icona Pop, which I didn't, to be fair, didn't play on the radio, but I loved that song. I love it. That came out in like 2013 or something like that. So I released that a few months ago, and then I just released this Modest Mouse cover of The World at Large, which I love this song so much. So, yeah, I'm thinking about other songs I want to cover from my days in radio in the late 90s, early 2000s that really moved me and kind of cracked me open. And they might be songs that are dear to me and not everybody else necessarily, but I would love to hear from people if they have any suggestions of like Pixies, Pavement, Matt Pond, PA, Cat Power, Liz Phair, Juliana Hatfield, like in that world, Built to Spill. Do you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Like kind of that alt rock, indie rock world.
And people
Let me
can
know.
certainly find you on Instagram. Do you do, what is it called now? Not Twitter, whatever it is.
TikTok?
Yeah.
I don't do
TikTok?
Threads.
Okay.
Every time I open up Threads, I'm
I don't
scared.
even know what it is.
I just get right out.
Don't even know what it is.
It's a lot of bad news and a lot of scary.
Okay. So Instagram.
My algorithm hates me.
Yeah, no. Instagram, Facebook.
TikTok is what
Fun.
no one who watches my TikTok is listening to this show. But if you want to find me on TikTok, I think I'm Anya Marina or Anya Marina Music. But yeah, Instagram is a great spot. Anya Marina on Instagram.
On Instagram and website anyamarina.com. And also, if you're on the West Coast or feel like taking a trip out there, middle of January 14th through the 18th, she will be on tour with Eric Hutchinson, and then Secret Show January 19th. I can't wait to find out who that is when you finally do let it out of the bag. I'm going to want to play one more song. You pick. Tell me what do we want to hear to go out with?
I think I would love to play a song that I wrote with Matt Pond, PA. This is called "Are You Talking to Me?" and it was a demo of his that I heard and I was really struck by. The lyrics are so evocative. I didn't know it was about. He actually had a roommate in Brooklyn, I think, in Greenpoint, and they used to play the band Exile. And there's a nod to that in this song, and it's pretty cool. And I added some oohs and ahs. So this is me and Matt singing together. It's called "Are You Talking to Me?"
And I have to also say, if you're by a computer, you're going to want to at some point look this up on YouTube. Are You Talking to Me? Because the video accompanying the song is so cool, and it just beautiful tie-in together. So let's take a listen to that right here. But I'm first going to do the right thing and say that we're going to do the legal ID right now and let you know that you are tuned into LocalMotion here on 91.3 WVKR, Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. You're tuned into LocalMotion. We broadcast live most Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. I am your host, Rita Ryan, with today's guests, Anya Marina, and we're going to play her track with Matt Pond right now. Are You Talking to Me? Right here, right now on 91.3 WVKR.
Are you talking to me? I can't hear your voice. Are your mouth moves on the radio? I catch every third word. disappear when you say goodnight.
.3 WVKR. Man, that was cool. Are you talking to me? Anya Marina and her hubby, Matt Pond. Anya, it's been a total delight having you here.
That is the understatement of the year.
It's
Rita.
like an hour flew by.
I know.
We could go for 2 more if we had to, I
We
mean,
could
just,
have coffee talk eternally.
it's 5 o'clock. I prefer a glass of wine. How
Okay,
about you?
fine. I'll
Yeah.
have English breakfast tea or an herbal lemon ginger with honey.
Okay. Well,
And we need
watch me
scones and
do that.
desserts, pastries of some kind.
I love that. Oh, that's always a good thing. Yes, yes, yes. So I will say thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for making the effort to come here from across the river and just for being here.
Oh, it was such a long journey.
I know.
40 minutes.
I know. But
No,
what
it
a-
was delightful.
It was a
And
delightful.
thank you for having me. Thank you for listening.
And it's a beautiful drive down.
It
you know?
is.
So it's pretty. We look at where we live here in the Hudson Valley. So it's not bad if you have to drive for a little bit. It's a good thing. So I'll let you sit in on this before I say goodbye to you. And just so this second hour of my show, where I don't have a guest, I always pay tribute to Tony Falco from the Falcon, who passed away October 28th of 2021. He left many things behind, and his legacy, of course, remains at the Falcon, where it continues to run very smoothly and beautifully through the efforts of Lee Falco and the Falco family, along with Graham and the wonderful staff that they have at the Falcon. So one of the other things Tony left is a playlist, a couple of them. And I always take them in order that he uploaded them, and I play a track. And it keeps me connected to him. And it still teaches me new music because I don't know them all. And it's just a really cool thing. So that's how I do that. And I start off this hour. And this one was track number 167 from his playlist. I can't say the name of it on air, but it's cool. Starts with an S, ends with a T, and you could figure it out from there. It's just a really cool playlist. And that was our house music the night of the benefit concert, too. So let's take a listen to this. And just, if you knew Tony, if you didn't know Tony, but know the Falcon, just a minute of reflection, because it's always a beautiful thing to do. And it's hopefully reminding you Tony's motto is to support living artists and go support live music. So please do that in our area, whether at the Falcon or anywhere else. But Tony would say, but especially at the Falcon. So that's what he would say. This is a track by Joe Henry, and this is called Lead Me On 91.3 WVKR.
The day draws a shade, pulls the thread of your frayed lace undone. It falls like the evenings that charm, then devour their young. The face of the moon on the river will shiver and run. From belief to surrender, and I want you to lead me on. of midnight is bright and it sounds an alarm. As men from the county line get down and take up their arms. No one you can name is just that one thing they have shown. You speak from the shadow and I want you to lead me on. Valley falls and it rises with blood in its eyes. The sharp mountains crawl into clouds where a blade in disguise. The hour is hung on a ladder uncut from my bone. Will you move high above me and I want you to move me on. Well, this is my body already broken for thee. The black hole at my soul, not a diamond but cracked open and the dark rushing river sweeps pushing away and along. Like light through the pines, though I want you to lead me on. The dark rushing river sweeps pushing away and along. Like light through the pines, so I want you. I want you to lead me on. I got this graveyard woman, you know she keeps my kids, my soul phone mama, you know she keeps me here. She's a junkyard angel and she always gives me bread, yeah. Well, if I go down, you know she's bound to
91.3 WVKR. Jimmy Vivino from a Buick 6 was the track name of that. It's the album Jimmy Vivino and the Black Italians. And wow, he is just such a blues guitarist. He's best known for being the music director on Late Night with Conan O'Brien for a really, really long time, and is out playing with a whole bunch of great people. And Jimmy Vivino is just amazing. He's a great blues artist and a real great person as well. Jimmy Vivino will be at the Falcon in Marlborough this coming Sunday. Show not to be missed, folks. If you love the guitars and just love some good blues, Jimmy Vivino is definitely your guy. And remember, you never need to buy a ticket at the Falcon. It's all done by donation. All you got to do is make a reservation, enjoy some dinner, some libation, and everything's done by donations for the music. You can make your reservations at live@thefalcon.com. Got started with a track from Tony Falco's playlist. Joe Henry, Lead Me On, was the track that we heard from there. And that's how we start off each and every episode here, or every hour that we don't have a guest. That's what we do here on Local Motion. And thank you again to Anya Marina. Man, that was a fun conversation. If you missed that or just came in late for it, I will be uploading this tonight on the Local Motion on 91.3 WVKR YouTube channel. So it'll be on there as well as the Facebook page by the same name. We're going to keep the music flowing right now. This one, we have quite a few legends, musical legends living here in the Hudson Valley. And John Sebastian is one of them, of the Lovin' Spoonfuls, which I always consider like the American Beatles. So John Sebastian's playing he's going to be doing conversations and performing a little bit on Sunday evening at Bearsville Theater in Woodstock. Here's a real old album of his, and it's just a classic. This is from the album Tarzana, right here on 91.3 WVKR. Let's take a listen to John Sebastian.
Now there's two people that I have known, inspirations as I've grown. There was a time when they couldn't talk, always walking out. But there was more than just husband and wife, and the love that shone was warm, sweet light. And I hope to God that I was right, to hope they'd share this life. But they're friends again, been together since way back when. They've had their fights, but then they're back to friends again. Sometimes it's hard with each our own, growing up every day back home. Each a single person grown, standing all alone. But don't you let it get you down, if understanding's losing ground. Lover, once that moment's found, won't you come around and be friends again? Been together since way back when. We've had our fights, but then we're back to friends again. Darling, can't you see? Though we had our fights, it seems somehow deep inside we know in an hour or so we'll be friends again. Been together since way back when. We've had our fights, but then we're back to friends again. We've had our fights, but then we're back to friends again.
You call me stupid, a self-deluded fool. too. You can get inside my head and underneath my skin. Words can fool, but they don't rule, and I can take one to the chin. You love to show up just when life is getting sweet. You love to throw your weight around, steal my thunder and my seed. You got a few old stories you'll be telling all the time. I think I've got them memorized, the same old tired lines. Go ahead and sold me if that's all that you can do, but it ain't what you call me, it's what I answer to. You like me weak and small, pushing me around, but I'm pushing back at you. You can't keep a good woman down. I'm coming up, try to stop me if you must. I'm not your fool anymore, gonna make you eat my dust. Put me down, steal my crown if that's what you gotta do, but it ain't what you call me, it's what I answer to, and it ain't you. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words messed with my mind. I answer to the good in me, leaving your lies behind. Put me down, steal my crown if that's what you gotta do, but it ain't what you call me. Use your words to bruise and burn, but one thing sure is true, it ain't what you call me, it's what I answer to. And it ain't you.
91.3 WVKR Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. Kate Squire, Ain't What You Call Me, the name of the song. She's a great local singer-songwriter, plays a lot with Brian Mitchell, is doing her own solo work. Playing tonight, if you're in the Woodstock area, do not miss Kate Squire at Colony. Colony in Woodstock. Tickets available, colonywoodstock.com, or at this point, I think just show up. Just show up and check out Kate Squire tonight in the Woodstock area, and you'll be so, so, so glad that you did. She's a really great performer. And we also heard John Sebastian. John Sebastian with an album called Tarzana. Tarzana Kid. It was the third studio album by John Sebastian, released back in 1974. And his next album, everybody heard of, because it featured the song Welcome Back, which of course was theme song for Welcome Back Kotter, which was insanely huge and still is a big song. John Sebastian, of course, the founder of 11 Spoonful. And we're lucky enough to have him as a resident here in the Hudson Valley, and he has been here for many, many decades. And he'll be at the Bearsville Theater in Woodstock this Sunday, December 7th. In conversation, and he's such a great storyteller. Every time I've talked to him, and I don't mean on air, off air, his discography and his just like knowledge of music and the people he hung out with just really incredible. It should be a very special show happening at Bearsville Theater this Sunday, December 17th. Tickets available at bearsvilletheater.com. It's 5:25. You're tuned into Local Motion here on 91.3. Host Rita Ryan. Most Wednesdays I'll be here from 4 to 6 p.m. Let's take a listen now to some more music. This gentleman will be at Colony in Woodstock Friday night. Also, terrific performer and Hudson Valley resident. Let's take a listen to Bruce Katz, 91.3. 91.3 WVKR Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. The great Joshua Redman. The Joshua Redman Quartet, the album called Mood Swing. We just heard the track Heading Home. Such a great jazz musician. He is going to be playing at Jazz Forum for 3 nights, 6 shows, 2 shows each night at Jazz Forum. It's like their anniversary or just a huge weekend down in Tarrytown, Jazz Forum, a really great, small, intimate jazz club. And Joshua Redman Quartet will be playing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 2 shows each night. Half the shows are sold out, so I would say if you're interested, just visit jazzforumarts.org and see what shows are available. Just a few tickets remain for a very few shows, and really, truly amazing to see him perform live. The Joshua Redman Quartet. We also heard Bruce Katz, another great pianist, organist. Wow, just amazing. He played with Greg Allman for many years, and he's taking it on the road and going to be, well, he's a Hudson Valley resident, so he tours all over the country all the time, but he will be in our area Friday night in Woodstock at Colony, so colonywoodstock.com. Check out Bruce Katz. Just an amazing, amazing musician, and he always plays with top-notch guys, so I've never played this next performer, and I'm really looking forward to having you guys hear this. He is a Spanish performer, and he will be playing in two places in our area. First of all, tomorrow at the Local in Saugerties, and then on Friday at the Town Crier. So depending on what end of the Hudson Valley you're at, you can go check out Pedro Luis Ferrar. Let's take a listen right here now on 91.3 WVKR, independent radio in Poughkeepsie.
Cuando llegue al final del alcance de mis ojos, desmontaré los cerrojos del paisaje terrenal. Como recurso eventual del recuerdo en la retina, inconformidad divina. Cuando decline el aroma de la floresta madura, percibiré la dulzura del árbol que se desploma, como constancia que asoma por las endijas del viento, capricho del sentimiento. Cuando al fin la boca seca y hambrienta de paraíso no encuentre un grano en el piso ni una pizca de cebada, frente al lienzo de la nada habrá lluvia en mi esperanza, equilibrio en la balanza. Cuando mi pecho se apriete con el golpe de la angustia y registre el alma mustia bajo el filo que arremete, pensar en aquel juguete de mi infancia venturosa, contrapartida piadosa. Los ojos, la nariz, la boca, el pecho traspasan el umbral rudo y mordente sobre el corcel inquieto de la mente que salta al infinito y rompe el techo. Mirar, oler, tragar, latir son actos finitos y crujientes como el día. El alma les inyecta lejanía para vencer pronósticos exactos, para vencer pronósticos exactos.
Well, I've been alone on Christmas. I know what it means. Well, I slept all morning, didn't get up till after 3. Really, it was more like 6. Well, I ordered Chinese food, cried until dawn. When I woke, my heart was heavy, but I kept moving on. Maybe next Christmas things will turn around. Yeah, maybe next Christmas the lost will be found. Yeah, maybe next Christmas I'll hear the sound You gotta swing that bat, 'cause you'll never know. You might hit a home run, or you could be running home to face yourself alone. You're gonna have to face it sometime. Maybe next Christmas things will turn around. Maybe next Christmas the lost will be found. Maybe next Christmas I'll hear the sound of the joy and laughter that everybody talks about. Maybe next Christmas peace will finally come around. Maybe next Christmas they'll put the guns down. Maybe next Christmas no one gets left out. Yeah, maybe next Christmas peace will finally come around. Peace will finally come around.
91.3 WVKR. It is actually that time of year again, isn't it? I haven't quite wrapped my head around it, but it is the holiday season, and this was a track sent to me by a local musician, Carolyn Morosi, the track called Maybe Next Christmas. And yeah, you know, I guess over the next couple of weeks, I'm only doing 2 more shows. I better start getting into some holiday music here from local performers as well. So that was Carolyn Morosi, Maybe Next Christmas. We also heard from Pedro Luis Ferrar, the track called Final. He is a Cuban musician, singer-songwriter, and is playing here in the area. Gets 2 opportunities to see him depending on where in the Hudson Valley you are. So if you're in northern part of the Hudson Valley, he'll be at the Local in Saugerties tomorrow. I believe there are still tickets available. You can visit thelocalsaugerties.com to check out Pedro Luis Ferrar. Or if you're in the southern part of our listening area, he'll be in Beacon on Friday night at Town Crier. And you can get tickets at towncrier.com to check out Pedro Luis Ferrar. So he is, again, a Cuban guitarist, musician, and really every track that I've heard so far really performing, amazing performer. So great to get some of that Cuban music here in our area. Next week's guest, I don't know how I'm even going to keep it together, but I somehow will. I don't even know. But anyway, so Gail Ann Dorsey is someone I have admired for a solid 15 years since I first heard of her. I first met her when she was just strumming along on an acoustic guitar at some benefit for the Haiti earthquake that happened 15 years ago, and I was blown away by this woman with her vocals on an acoustic guitar, and I was like, who is this person? Well, I come out to find that it's Gail Ann Dorsey, who is, luckily for us, a Hudson Valley resident, who is she's played on all the major stages in the world. She was David Bowie's bassist for many years. She played with Tears for Fears, Lenny Kravitz, Pink, and the list goes on and on and on. And I still can't believe it, but she also was one of the headliners on the LocalMotion 10-year benefit concert at the Falcon on November 8th. Truly a night I will never forget. I may never stop talking about it, folks. I'm sorry, but it was just, if you were there, you know, and if you weren't, whew, look at some of the YouTube recordings. You'll see what I'm talking about. So, Gail Ann Dorsey will be my guest. I have not announced this yet formally. I will be posting it Friday morning, but you're hearing it first here. She's been on twice before, but several years back, and As many of you know, this is 10 years of hosting this show, and I'm thrilled. Like, it's going to be Christmas next week for me because Gail Ann Dorsey will be my guest, and amazing. So she's coming out with a new album. She's released a single, and I'm going to share that with you right here, right now. Gail Ann Dorsey, 91.3.
What do you see? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Do you reach for the sword or the patience of the great divine? Picture a time of solution. See the possibilities. Hear the wisdom of ages. Come out of the cage and be free.
91.3 WVKR Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. The great Brian Mitchell, the album called Music from Big Blue. We just heard the track called Tarantella. Joining Brian on this album is Ben Sverrin on bass and background vocals, Eric Parker drums, Carlos Valdez on percussion and washboard, and Kate Squire on background vocals on that particular track that we just heard. Brian Mitchell, part of the Wait Band, the Midnight Ramble Band, doing a lot of solo stuff, and he is going to be performing as part of the Saugerties Celebrate Harmony Day special concert featuring Brian Mitchell and friends on Saturday, December 13th, and this is an afternoon concert, folks, 3 p.m. It's at the Dutch Reformed Church at 173 Main Street in Saugerties. All proceeds from the concert will benefit the Saugerties area food pantries. You can check out Brian Mitchell on a rare afternoon concert, and then, I don't know, I plan on doing 2 concerts that day, maybe this one and another one, because, hey, that's the way we can do things. So, yeah, Brian Mitchell, Dutch Reformed Church, Saturday, December 13th, and tickets at Saugerties Celebration of Harmony.com. Again, Saugerties Celebration of Harmony.com. Brian Mitchell, the 13th at 3 p.m. And we heard Kellyanne Dorsey. It Takes All Kinds to Make a World. Her newest single, she's getting rave reviews. She's signed to Righteous Babes Record, and she is going to be here with me next Wednesday. It'll be her 3rd time in 10 years on LocalMotion, and it's truly always, I'm always excited every week with every guest, okay? I truly, truly am. But Kellyanne Dorsey, to me, if you know me, you understand. She's like my modern day Carole King. I just absolutely adore this woman. So, Kellyanne Dorsey next week. And it's now time for musical happenings. This is where we list in alphabetical order some of our area venues in the hopes that you go support live music. Right now, let's start out with the Assembly in Kingston. Tickets and info, assemblykingston.com. December 14, Sean Healy's Celtic Christmas. December 30 and 31, the Felice Brothers. Bardavon and UPAC. Tickets and info, bardavon.org. December 6 and 7, A Christmas Carol. December 12 and 13, The Nutcracker. Bearsville Theater in Woodstock and at bearsvilletheater.com. December 5, a holiday tribute to Vince Guaraldi's A Charlie Brown Christmas. December 6, Marky Ramone's Holiday Blitzkrieg. December 7, John Sebastian. City Winery, Hudson Valley in Montgomery and at citywinery.com. December 11, Jim Curry's Rocky Mountain Christmas. Colony in Woodstock and at colonywoodstock.com. Tonight, Kate Squire and Friends. Thursday, Sunny Rocks Pro Jam. Friday, Bruce Katz Band. Saturday, Les Zeppelin. Sunday, Camp St. Helene, and every Monday, open mic at Colony. Howland Chamber Music Series at Howland Cultural Center in Beacon. Tickets and info, howlandmusic.org. January 11, Piano Festival with Fei Fei. The Falcon in Marlborough and live at thefalcon.com. Thursday, the Meraki Trio. Friday, Sun Not Yellow. Saturday, the Brighton Beat. And Sunday, Jimmy Vivino. Fisher Center at Bard College and fishercenter.bard.edu. December 13, the Bard Conservatory Orchestra. Jazz Forum in Tarrytown and at jazzforumarts.org. December 5 and 6, Joshua Redman Quartet. The Local in Saugerties and at thelocalsaugerties.com. December 4, Cuban Songs with Pedro Lewis and Lena Farrar. December 6, Hilary Gardner and the Lonesome Pines. December 7, a free show with Adam Rudolph's Who Vibrational Vibe Ride. The Stissing Center in Pine Plains, also at stissingcenter.org. December 6, a holiday trivia night. Tarrytown Music Hall in Tarrytown and also at tarrytownmusichall.org. December 5, Judy Collins. December 6, Leslie Odom Jr., and December 7, the Lori Berkner Band. Last but never least, towncrier.com and Town Crier in Beacon. Every Thursday, open mic. Friday on the salon stage, Lauren Magarelli and John Hull. On the main stage, Pedro Luis Ferrer. Saturday on the salon stage, Last Minute Soulmates. And on the main stage, Sloan Wainwright. Sunday brunch with East Coast Jazz, and Sunday evening, the music